And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
How about some great wisdom today with some practical application? Is that what you're looking for? So glad you're here. Phil Zeller, Effective Communication. It's an honor and privilege to be with you here today. Every day I get to meet new people, and it's amazing. I've shared with you before, I'm like a kid in a candy store when I meet new people because people are so interesting. They run hot, they run cold, they run differently, but everybody you meet is unique in their own special way. And really something that helps you to remember how unique that person is, as Dale Carnegie said, is that person's name. So how well are you at remembering people's names? So would it help you out if there were ways that you could easily employ into your life that would help you remember those names, so you'd remember those important people and those people you met, so you didn't feel uncomfortable, embarrassed when you couldn't recall their name? Dale Carnegie found in one of his principles from How to Win Friends and Influence People, he said, remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Why? Because that name is a representation of who they are, all their experiences, all the things they've done, and it's all wrapped up into one, which is their name. So simple things that you can do today. We're gonna hit some right now. We're gonna give you 8 different ways to help engrave a name into your memory to make it easier for you to walk away remembering their name. So when you get introduced to a person, repeat the name immediately. Don't say, "How do you do?" Say, "How do you do, Mr. or Mrs. or so-and-so," whatever they went by, whatever name they gave you, repeat it back to them and let them know it's an honor to meet them. So you repeat their name back from the get-go. A great way to start from the get-go to make sure you caught the name and you caught in the front end. Now, sometimes they may say their name and you might miss it and say, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. It's important. Your name is important. Please share with me again." And they'll share the name again. And so then gives you an opportunity then to repeat back the name to them. That's a simple little thing. It doesn't seem like much, but it sets the tone for you remembering their name. So that's the first thing you got to do. Second thing is use the name in the conversation. So if you're having a conversation, don't overdo it. Don't seem crazy like, "How you doing, Bill? Bill, what's your name, Bill? Bill, pleasure to meet you, Bill. Bill, and you said you're from there, Bill. And Bill, did this happen today, Bill? And Bill, what do you," it gets to be too much. But a couple times in the conversation, use their name. And by using their name in the conversation, it's going to help you to remember their name, and it's going to make it more comfortable for you. Another great little tip there. The next thing is repeat the stranger's name silently in your own mind. So when you're listening to them and they're sharing with their topic or whatever it is they're sharing, "Bill is sharing this with me right now. Bill is telling me about this right now. I'm saying this in my head while I'm listening to Bill talk. And the reason I'm doing this is to help remember this is Bill." The other thing I'm doing is building a correlation with what Bill is talking about, what Bill knows, what Bill is concerned to talk about with Bill's name. So it helps me, again, build that imagery around Bill, what's important to Bill, what is Bill about, and what's Bill sharing, and this is who Bill is. And I'm saying this in my head, and it helps for me to remember their name. And if you're working on a list of names, sometimes you meet a group of people and you got a whole list of names you remember. Think of interval training. If you ever worked out or played a sport, interval training where you have quick bursts of speed and then you slow down, quick bursts of speed and slow down. Same thing with remembering names. It's too hard to remember a long, long list of things. We've talked before about the rule of 7 and how many things we can remember. You all remember Jenny's phone number, right? 8675309. I got it. Yeah. We understand things in 7. So break things down. Keep it simple. Even break it down in groups of 3, like 3 names, and then break it down. Do interval training with remembering lists of names, and that will help you to remember their names because you break them in smaller chunks to memorize. Refresh your memory about people's names immediately before you're about to see them. So if you're going to a meeting, you've already met with these people, go through the list who's going to be in the meeting. Remember what you remember about that person and who they are, and try to see if you can remember what they kind of look like based upon their name, and test yourself before you go in that meeting. Get yourself prepared. And if possible, talk about the name of the person you just met. If the name is unique or it's different or it's associated with somebody you know, make that associate and say, hey, your name reminds me of this, or I know a person who has that name too. Do you know? And build the connection with the name by talking about it. Again, it's going to help cement it in your memory. And of course, when you're leaving, after you met the person, say, it's a pleasure to meet you, call them by their name, and it will help you to walk away and remember that. And at the end of the day, review the list of the people that you met today. Who were they? What were their names? What do you remember about them? And by doing this, you will cement that in your head. So 8 different ways to engrave their name into your memory so you'll no longer be embarrassed about forgetting people's names. And you will make this happen because you just increased your memory. Now go make it happen. You got this.